Sue! Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little video for you. Latest Man United goings on, news roundup of the day's latest news, transfer news, and all the rest of it. Thank you for getting in here. We are a few minutes late. Sorry for keeping everyone waiting there. Gosh, technical issues with the computer, folks. It seems to happen almost every other day. But we're here eventually, so sorry for keeping you waiting, but thank you very much for waiting. And do us a favor at the start of this show, smash that like button on it, give it a big thumbs up. That helps us out no end. Share it around on the social medias as well if you want to do that. Help us out and subscribe, of course, if it's your first time in the chat. Let's have a look at what legends are in here. Mark Harris, how you doing today, mate? Superstar. Liam H, Palmaria, Sandeep Barraj, RD Chico, Ryan Was, 87, Days Gone, Nas, Fire Up, Aaron, Dylan, Say No More Gov, Elliot Manduna, Jay Garth, Mark Harris again, Derek Jason, Andy Moore, Andy Young, Sphinxu, Callum Karen, Jonathan Gallagher, and everybody else as well. And Jonathan's right. Look at Jonathan's comment. This window is far too slow. It's absolutely pathetic, isn't it? Still nothing announced by Manchester United. Still no signings. It's dreary. But we're going to get into the latest in this video and cover all the goings on. There are some advancements that have been made, and some advances that have been made, and hopefully we will be seeing a signing soon. In terms of a time frame, let's just hope it's before the end of the month, guys. But it is a nightmare transfer window. There's no getting away from it. It's a stinker, mate. It's David Moyes-esque. This has got a serious Ginger Goblin vibe to it, so let's hope it's not like that Ginger Goblin transfer window where we ended up just doing nothing all summer long and then getting Marouane Fellaini in for an inflated price come the end of it. That would be seriously gash. So we got to avoid having a window like that. This should be, in my opinion, if you look at the last 10 years, well, 9 years, post-Fergie, if you look at post-Fergie times, this should be our most ambitious transfer window, this one right here, because of just how far we are off of the opposition, 35 points off of leaders City, new era, new manager, new philosophy, a terrible team, currently a terrible team, worst United captain in history, arguably the worst team, the worst squad we've got in the history of the Premier League for Manchester United. I don't think it is arguable, actually. Smash a one if you think this is the worst Premier League Man United team. Especially with 6 players just gone, although some may argue that some of those players being gone might actually help us. So, but anyway, 6 players gone out, worst season in a long time, terrible Premier League team, lots of ones coming in here. I agree with you guys, I think it is the worst Man United team in the Premier League era. There's been some bad ones post-Fergie. None of Fergie's teams in the Premier League era were anywhere other than great, really. I mean, even if we finished third, I mean, we still felt like we had good team. We're always building, always coming back stronger next season. And at the moment, though, it couldn't be any further from that case. We are gashed out. We are seriously out of luck. We are out of confidence. And of course, the Glazers have completely shackled this football club and stopped their progression from happening. We've just been going backwards. But this should be the ambitious window anyway. This should be the one where we do get in about 6 new players, top quality players as well, to try and strengthen us. A couple of exciting young prospects and 4 experienced beasts to come in here and hopefully have a try at trying to get, 3rd spot next season. I mean, we can't realistically expect a challenge for the league. City and Liverpool just too far ahead. Ten Hag can't do it all overnight. But if we were truly ambitious and truly had the bottle to go for it, and if we had the owners to go for it, who knows what we could achieve next season if we actually did go and sign players. Lots of teams are signing players. So if we had the ambition and sign players, we could probably be a pretty good force next season if all things go well under Ten Hag. But as it is, and as it's going, we're not going to be that force under Ten Hag, which is going to be a complete freaking Slabby Maguire shit show. To be fair, next season, I mean, at the moment, it looks like we're still going to have Harry Maguire playing as centre-back. That's what it looks like at the moment, guys. I mean, because we're linked with a few players. We're working on Eriksen. We're going to cover all the latest Eriksen news in a moment. I'm still getting this off my chest. And all the latest De Jong news as well. We're working on De Jong. We know that, guys. Great. Okay, how's about the gash-tastic centre-back we've got in there, though? How's about the other centre-back who's great, Varane, being an injury-prone dosser half the time? You know what I mean? Like, let's face it, we need a centre-back. And unless we're going to get a centre-back, we're going to be just as shite at the back next season. So doesn't that need addressing? Yes, it does. So, Yeah, so very unconvincing transfer window from these twats. The ambition should be there to strengthen all areas. You've got to at least, you can't go and get 10 new players, I get that. But you've got to at least strengthen the spine of this football team. We need a new centre-back, we need a couple of new centre-mids, a forward, a winger, a wing-back. You know, these are the sort of 6 players is what Man United should be signing this summer to replace the 6 players that have just gone and to give us overall depth and strength and quality and give Ten Hag what he needs to start his Man United tenureship as best as he can. But they don't seem to give a tots about that at the moment, guys. I just hate the scenario that's presenting itself at the moment where we maybe get to the tour and we don't have all the players that we needed in. That would be a big, big mistake from Man United if we fail to do that because, of course, Ten Hag needs time to work with those guys and get them bedded in. And these guys need time to settle as well. They're only human. You can't just expect somebody to step off a plane in the Premier League and just do the business straight away. They need time to settle down, guys, and get to know the surroundings and the teammates and everything. So it's just an unacceptable window so far from Man United, whichever way you look at it. It's a fat 0 out of 10 so far from Man United. I wonder what we'll be saying come the end of the window or before we do go away on tour. My opinion is we'll probably sign 2 players. Now, this is my opinion. We'll probably sign 2 players before we go off on the tour. But that's not enough, folks. We probably will get Eriksen over the line. And we should get De Jong over the line as well before then, of course. We probably will have those guys to go with us on tour. But that's not enough, folks. That's piss poor planning, piss poor performance. Bad preparation from the team, really, to not have all of the sort of players, or at least most of the players on board for the pre-season, etc. So, yeah, no excuses. Got to get this on his end. Let me ask the live chat then. So we go away on tour, probably, I mean, I don't know what day they're actually leaving. It might just be the day before, like July the 11th, maybe, I don't know. The 10th, I'm not too sure. Or, you know, we've got the game on the 12th against Liverpool in Bangkok. So what I'd like to ask you is, how many players do you think Manchester United will have announced, will we have signed, will we have actually not just announced, actually, but have signed through the door, doing the training, ready for pre-season, going on the plane to Bangkok? What do you reckon, guys? How many players do you think Man United will have signed by then? Let's have a little vote. Andy Young says 2 players at a push. Sativa Breeder, what's good today, mate, says 2. Dylan MUFC says 2. Naz says 1. My Ben 42 says 3. Kingslayer says 0. A Busy says 2. Aaron says 1. 2. Madhouse says, Piggy, you're exaggerating, saying we'll get 2. Jonathan says, I'm not even sure we'll get 1. Right, okay, fair enough. That is being a little bit optimistic, to be fair, you know, because let's face it, United are very slow with our negotiations. Let's just get into the news then, folks. So, you know, the Frenkie de Jong latest, I mean, really, there's a 69 million pound offer that's being bandied around here from various different outlets, reporters, different places. Everybody's saying the same thing. We talked about it last night, that there has been some sort of advances in talks between Barcelona and Manchester United for the sale of Frenkie de Jong, and it's being touted as around about a 80 million euro fee, which is a 69 million pound fee. You know, Rob Blanchett tweeted a little while ago and said 68.8 fee for Frenkie de Jong meets Man United's valuation. It's below what Barcelona paid Ajax for him, but United's logic has been that Barca are offering the player to them because of their finances. I'm sure there'll be add-ons to sweeten a concluded deal. Looks like Ten Hag has his main target, so there's an optimism that United can get the deal done. But at the same time, you know, if you look at what basically this has said, I mean, Barca are trying to sell this guy, let's face it. So yes, we could have protracted transfer negotiations where it drags out all summer long if United really don't want to be bent over. But Barcelona have gone in high because that's what you do in negotiations. United have gone in reasonably low, but not to insult, with 60 plus 10 originally. Barca has said no, and that's how negotiations work. You meet someone in the middle. So hopefully it's concluded rather quickly compared to, you know, hopefully previous seasons when we've seen deals for things like, you know, Jadon Sancho transfer just completely drag on. We don't want another scenario like that. Like we said, we've got to get Frenkie de Jong in before the end of the month, if you ask me. And there is some reports to say that that could happen as long as United and Barca can agree on this deal pretty quick. Things like medicals, paperwork, all that sort of stuff has to be done, and that takes a bit of time. And it's just going to take, even once you've got the agreement in place between the two clubs, it's going to be at least a few days until there's any sort of official announcement. So the time is ticking away, the clock's ticking. We've got to get these players in before the tour. Frenkie de Jong is a big important player for us to get in. Yeah, we can play the youngsters, and Ten Hag can look at the squad and see, maybe who would be featuring in his plans for the season and maybe who won't be, who should we sell, who should we give chances to. But at the same time, you want to have one of your most important cogs in midfield there, ticking things over for the pre-season and just getting to understand how we're going to be playing as well, and helping the team. And everybody's getting to know their teammates, their roles in the squad, and Ten Hag can actually work with these key players that we're bringing in to have a key role in the team this season. So you want them to have a key role in pre-season too. And they've got to be around the team and around everything, around Ten Hag's tactics and his coaching, just in order to get a leg up for the start of the season, guys. Yeah, well, Scott Berg, I think you're probably right, pal. He says De Jong is signing in the next few days. I mean, I do think you're probably right. All roads are pointing towards it. It's gone on a while now. We've already had weeks of negotiations with Barca, so you'd think that it would be almost ready to just be announced that some agreement has been made between the two clubs. You'd think that it must be close anyway. I think it's very close with the situation as it is. And De Jong's situation, he would come to United from Barca, of course, if he's pushed out the door. So no worries there, I don't think. I think he would come and play for Ten Hag if he's pushed out the door at Barca. So that's why we've been negotiating, of course. We wouldn't be doing that if there wasn't that interest at all there from De Jong. So that will happen as long as Barca reach an agreement with United and they're happy with what United are offering. There are reports that £69 million worth or an initial offer of £69 million is what's being offered, and then a potential few add-ons and things like that as well could be coming as well. So, a good amount of money to pay for Frenkie. Let's hope we get him for 70 million quid or roundabouts there. I think that'd be a good fee to pay. What do you think would be a good fee for Frenkie? But I think 70 million pounds is exactly spot on, really. Barca are getting most of what they paid for him back. They did pay a lot of money for this guy, remember, and he is in the prime of his career. He's only 25. He's a playmaker for the Netherlands, and he's been there for a few seasons playing at the highest level. So you've got to say he's a big player for them. They do need some sort of remuneration. They can't just expect to lose a key player and not get most of the money they paid for him back. He's in his prime. So I'll say it again, guys. It's the best signing in a lot of ways we can make right now for where the club is at and how gash we are, and just the fact that Ten Hag's come in using that sort of history and reputation that he's already got with certain players anyway, to be able to convince them to come to us is a good thing. It's a positive thing, because he obviously needed this guy. He's a classy player. He's better in a lot of ways than anybody else we can go and sign, because he is a proper Champions League caliber player who's been doing it at the top level. He's also the guy who runs things in the Netherlands midfield. He's talking about a top player here, top midfielder, a creator, a playmaker, but also just a cool head, somebody who is not going to make a lot of stupid, silly area of mistakes and give the ball away a lot. He's good on the ball. He's good with his range of passing. He's comfortable with his passing, all that sort of stuff. And for a Ten Hag system, he should be pretty formidable. So we're getting a player who's one of the top midfielders around, even though Manchester United are in the Europa League, even though we don't have Champions League football and we cannot offer the top European competition to these players. We're still looking like, anyway, we'll be able to sign a player like Frenkie de Jong, which just goes to show you what a massive club United is. But also there is that Ten Hag effect there, which has to be said. He's obviously, I think he wouldn't be coming here if it wasn't for the fact that Erik Ten Hag is here, and there's a bit of a project here at Manchester United as well, and we're probably expected to get back into the Champions League next season, hopefully anyway. And so therefore it's an attractive proposition for him if he's pushed out of Barca. But it's probably the best player we can sign, because other than that, we're scrapping around going for players who play for some of the mid-table sides. We're trying to convince them to come to us from a different Premier League team. You have to play that premium as well to a Premier League team anyway. And really, we need some top players in. We do need to get some good hot prospects, some up-and-comers, some younger players as well, who are the right age, who are fighting, who are hungry, who want to make a name for themselves. People like Anthony would be fantastic. But certainly De Jong, as a prime player, that's what I class him as. He's in his prime. He's coming towards his prime. And he's actually a top player. And if United could sign him, wow, what a fantastic statement, and what a fantastic signing it would be. I think we'd all be absolutely buzzing if we got Frenkie de Jong. In fact, let's ask the chat, out of 100%, how buzzing would you be if Man United do sign Frenkie de Jong? Like, what do you think of his impact that he could have? And also, what do you think of the stature that the signing would be? If Ronaldo for 13 million coming back is a 100% happy transfer, then what would your percentage be? What percentage of happiness would you have for de Jong coming in? 40 says Mark Harris. 0 says Mark Harris. Thank you, Zohabe says, great channel. Thank you very much, Zohabe. Appreciate you, bud. 100% says Days Gone. 100% says Dylan. 101 says Nas. Yeah, you'll bring out the best in Van der Beek, says Frenkie de Jong. Nice one. 110% says Elliot. 75 says Andrew. 69 says Mark Oliver. Alan Roberts, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Alan, nice one, pal. Hey, FCG and Colin McNabb and everybody else. Sorry if I'm missing any of you. The live chat's absolutely popping off today, folks, but welcome in, everyone. Do us a big favor, actually, if you're just joining us, smash that like on the video, hit the thumbs up. It's free to do so. Leave us a cheeky little like. We're on 80 likes, guys. Let's see if we can smash that 100. Let's be having you. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button there and get your thoughts and opinions in. We want to hear from you. It's a fully interactive show, this, guys. So we do dip in and out the chat, and we always have a big Q&A at the end of the stream as well. So do stick around into the end, and we'll have a big Q&A. So if you don't get your comments read out now, just understand there's a lot of comments coming through, but we will have a big Q&A where we just focus on the comments a bit later. Julian, what's going on, mate? Welcome in as well. Exactly, NASA. Signing would lift everybody's mood, but it seems like most people would be very happy to get him in there. I feel like it's I'm 90% happy when he comes in. If he comes in, I'd be 90% happy. I don't think I'm 100% happy with the deal, because there is that sort of little nagging feeling in the background that he doesn't really want to leave Barcelona. And so how could you really be 100% happy about the deal, because he doesn't actually want to leave his club that he's at now. And let's face it, if transfer negotiations broke down and or Barca found another source of revenue to do some transfers and settle the books, then maybe he would be happy with that, wouldn't he? I don't really think Frenkie de Jong wants to leave Barcelona. It's just the fact that they have to settle the books and they're trying to restructure, and so they're trying to push him out because he's worth a lot of money as an asset, and they can do maybe more things with that money. So it's not an ideal scenario. It's not 100%, guys, but I do feel pretty good about it. I feel 90% about it, because this guy has got quality that we need. We need somebody that is a bit of a metronome in midfield, just ticking things over. Not really, he's never not going to get you 20 goals a season from midfield. He's not really that sort of player. It's going to be somebody who's playing deeper. It's going to be somebody who's getting the play going for the rest of the teammates. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to having that control. That's the word we'd use it. That control in the centre of the park again, which we have lacked with the likes of Shitty McTominay and Freddie Flintstone, Yabba Dabba doing it up in the centre of the park all the time. Bunch of cartoon-esque melts. So it's time, of course, that we got some better ballers in there, some better technicians, people who can actually control the game and play the game. And if we think about who is in there already, even if we don't sign another midfielder, I just want to talk about Frenkie de Jong and Donny van der Beek, the duo of Dutch penetration, as they shall be known from henceforth. Because, they've both got great abilities on the ball. Now, Donny is still an unproven entity within the Premier League. He has, let's face it, not had a lot of chances at United, and he's not even really set the world like at Everton, but he's been okay, right? He's at times. But he's not had the chances for anybody to really say, yes, he's good, or yes, he's bad, I don't think. Personally, he hasn't really done anything at United, but I personally don't think he's that bad. I think he's quality on the ball. I think if you look at how he plays, he's comfortable on the ball. He's comfortable giving the ball. He doesn't make many mistakes. He's also just a better passer of the ball than likes of Fred and McTominay. And so therefore, if you actually get the right sort of system playing the correct way, and, let's say play some sort of a style where you are looking to dominate possession of the football, you're looking to dominate play. I don't know, look at the old Barcelona sides. They got Xavi, Iniesta, Messi. These guys, they're all little gnomes. They're tiny. So it doesn't matter that they're not that physical. It doesn't matter that they're not that defensive, as long as they can pass the opposition off the park. Now, it's a little bit lightweight. It's not robust. It's not a great, balance in midfield, because I don't think either of them are defensively robust enough to really do the job of a destroyer, or, to help out the back line too much in a defensive point of view. But I'll tell you something, playing out from the back and having control and not giving the ball away and not being erratic, and also just attacking is the best form of defense, isn't it? So if you've got players who are actually good on the ball in midfield, who can pluck out those passes and just keep it between them and not give it away as much as what we've been doing at the moment, then you'll just win more games, guys. You control more games, you get more chances going forward, and you also concede less chances just because you've got the ball more. So I actually think Donny and Frenkie could be pretty damn good, guys, as long as we see the best from Donny, because we don't know. He's a bit of an unknown entity right now. Maybe he's bang average. But he was not a great trainer. Previously, I think managers are not maybe like that, not given him a chance based on that. Solskjaer certainly didn't like him. Ragnick didn't like him. But Erik ten Hag may well look at him and go, well, he's not a great trainer. But even if he's not a great trainer, let's stick him in the match day, because let's face it, on match day, that's where it counts. It's not about who's doing the Billy Big Bollocks in training. It's about who's doing what on the match day. And so I think that Ten Hag will give him chances. He's going to be the first manager that will actually put his arm around Donny and will say, hey, look, let's give you a fair run in a team, son, and you're my guy. I think he will do that, rightly or wrongly. I don't know if that's going to work out well for Donny, because I still think we need another quality midfielder. I'd be looking to go get somebody who had Premier League experience to go and play alongside De Jong, somebody like a Tielemans or a Neves, somebody like that. But it's, you know, I'm just saying, Donny van der Beek could be the guy. Let's have a little vote in the live chat. Do you think that Frenkie de Jong and Donny van der Beek could be the midfield that would do the business for Man United? Yes or no? Let's have a little vote in the chat, see what you guys are saying. Is that good enough? Is it good enough, guys? Is it good enough? Sativa Breeder, he says, Sativa Breeder, thank you for your comment, bud. He says, 268 watching and 109 likes. Please hit the like, subscribe, and share. It's important for the algorithm. Sativa Breeder, thank you so much, my friend. Get in there. You know it makes sense. Yeah, do as he says and drop that like. It helps us out. Helps us also compete with the clickbait merchants and the corporations. So make sure you drop a like. It's free. Rushmano says we've hit 58.4k subscribers. Sue! Get in there. Thank you, everyone, for hitting that sub button. And if you're new to the channel, keep hitting that subscribe. Help us get to 58.5. Nice one. How about De Jong with Fred, says Fat Chinese Gaming. Well, actually, Fat Chinese Gaming, I think that would work well. So Sativa Breeder says no. Madhouse says no. Matthew says yes. Mark Egan says no. O'Busy says yes. It's very split in the live chat as regards to whether or not Donny and De Jong could do it. It's a bit lightweight. It's not that robust. But you know what, Fat Chinese Game, in regards to playing De Jong with Fred, I think that could work well. Fred is actually a very sort of energetic ball winner, right? And De Jong is somebody that can control a game of football, that can play out from the back, that can get you going. So in terms of a balance, that actually makes a bit of sense. Thank you. Thank you very much, by the way, for the super chat from Zayn Miasi here. Guys, can we please get a Sue in the chat there for Zayn? Zayn comments, Martinez is ours, pig. Ratinga will tear your defense apart once we get Rafinha and Jesus. Best attack in London, says Zayn Miasi. Fucking hell, Zayn Miasi. Martinez is yours. I mean, to be fair, it does seem like the path is maybe clear for you there. Ten Hag's supposed to have this interest in Martinez. You would expect that because he's obviously been managing the guy. But Arsenal are going in for him again. I can't really defend what we're doing, Zayn. I'm disgusted, mate. If Arsenal end up with, you know, Jesus, Rafinha, you got that Vieira guy, Martinez, you know, you will have strengthened significantly and you're already doing business, and it's pissing me off, to be honest with you, Zane. It's only really us and Chelsea who are bottle jobbing things at the moment. Everybody else is strengthening, everybody else is doing deals and getting better players in, and I am frustrated about the deal, to be fair. You are going to be better than you were last season, but you know what, Zane? You're still going to be shit, though. Not being funny, because I think a lot of these players are good. You know, but like Gabriel Jesus, he's not going to get him any goals, mate. He's shite, pal. No, he's good. He's good. I'm just saying, there's a reason Pep's gone. See you later on, Gabriel Jesus. Hello, Erling Haaland. You know, there's a reason that's happened. So, yeah, okay, you've got yourself a second-rate striker there, mate. Good one. Zayn, nice one. I respect your opinion, though, and I have to say Arsenal are strengthening, and even Arsenal are making strides in the transfer window. United are not doing anything, so I can't really defend what we're doing. I just have to look at Arsenal and go, well, at least they're going for it. At least they're trying to improve. Arteta, they're helping his situation there. I still think Arteta will get sacked come the start of the new year, or around about Christmas time. It'll be lonely this Christmas, lonely and cold. I think he's going to get sacked off by Christmas. That's my prediction. It's a bold one, but that's what I think. Hey, thank you for your highlighted member comment here, Jonathan Gallagher, being a member of the channel for 16 months, bud. Let's get a hashtag 16 months in the live chat for this Don, who has supported this show for well over a year and been around a lot longer than that as well. Thank you, Jonathan Gallagher, man. He says, pig, it almost feels like every window we are slow, says Jonathan Gallagher. Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. I mean, last transfer window was pretty good, wasn't it? Because we did act reasonably quickly on the likes of Varane and Sancho, and we even got Ronaldo towards the end, although we were a bit slow even pushing that one through at the end. But it was a reasonably okay window. But most of the time, you're right, it's so slow and protracted, drawn out negotiations that take all the bloody millennia long to get done. And then usually we end up paying a shitload of money anyway. That's what's the most crazy thing about it. Fair enough if we're like taking ages in order to get these players in and scrimp down on the deals. But most of the time, not always, most of the time we overpay for players. There's a couple of good examples where the long negotiations have got themselves a really good deal. Like, for instance, with Bruno Fernandes. So they did get Bruno for pretty much a steal, really, for the impact that he had in his first 18 months and the player that he is. They did get him for a steal, but they were prepared to actually wait for months and months and months to get that deal done. We could have signed him in the summer. Instead, we signed him at the end of Jan for as cheap amount as possible. We were linked to him for about a year. We could have easily got Bruno in, and he could have helped us out that season from the start. If they'd have just paid, 5-7 million quid more, which to us makes sense, to get 5 million, 7 million quid extra money to have this quality player around who can help us for a few months in the season. But no, it doesn't make sense to them. They'd rather wait 4 months until the end of the Jan window to get the opposite team sweating and then get it for as cheap as possible. That's the sort of people we've got at the club. It is actually a disgrace. Hashtag Glazers Ootson. Let's get those green and gold emojis in there because we're sick of these tosspots. Zane Miyasi with another super chat, man. Thank you very much, Zane. He says, Jesus will get more goals than Kane and Son. Are you talking about the wrestler, the WWE wrestler Kane, mate? And you talking about Kane and, do you mean Kane's, the WWE wrestler's son? Is that what you mean? Because maybe I could agree with you if that's the case. But you know what? I mean, Son's got like 22 or 21 goals from open play this season with no penalties. He's one of the best players in the world. Gabriel Jesus is playing for one of the best teams in the world. And he didn't get... I mean, how many goals did Gabriel Jesus get this season in the Prem? I think it was about 15, wasn't it? I can't remember. Maybe, I don't know, Premier League goal scorers, 21, 22. Okay, let's have a look. I'm just gonna have a look at this, mate. But you think he's gonna get more goals than Kane and Son? That's definitely not gonna happen, is it? It's definitely not gonna happen. Mate, where is this guy, dude? He didn't even get anywhere near that, mate. Hang on a second. Where is this guy on the list? Gabriel Jesus, where are you? I can't even. What, dude? He's got nowhere near the amount of goals we thought he had. Where is he at? He's got 8. He got 8 goals in the Premier League, mate, this season gone. Fucking hell. That is shite. Do you know how many games he played? 28. I'm just saying, that's crap. He's on the second page, says Scott Berg. Yeah, he is. So, I'm just saying, like, you expect to get yourself a 20-goal-a-season man or a 25-goal-a-season man there? I don't think so, bud. I think he is a good player. He's obviously done a good job in City's team sporadically here and there. But let's face it, they've got rid of him because Erling Haaland's an actual 25-goal-a-season man in the Premier League, and Gabriel Jesus will never be that. He is only 25. It's not a bad signing for you. You've done okay getting him, but I just think that you're asking a bit too much. He's literally the I keep saying it, but he's the perfect replacement for Alexander lack of threat. He's just such a ready replacement for him. He's going to get you some goals, but he's just going to be bang average more or not most of the time, more often than not. You know what I'm saying? So I personally think, yeah, you've got yourself a decent player. Rafinha is a good player. In fact, Rafinha is actually on that list with more goals than Gabriel Jesus for the season just gone. So I think he's a talented player. He'd be a player that we'd be interested in at Man United, but I would not be interested in Gabriel Jesus as a player at Man United, really. I think we should be aiming for better than that. So the fact that you've settled on Gabriel Jesus just shows what a mediocre North London bottle job company you really are, sir. But anyway, thank you for that, dude. Yeah, 28 is dire, says Scott Berg. Yeah, it's not very good, is it? 8 and 28. Eric says, do you think Arsenal will spend Rafinha, Martinez and Tielemans? I think they will. I think they are going for it this summer again, but I think that they will. So I'm a bit gutted to think that they will, but I think they will. Stuart says Haaland will win the Ballon d'Or with City. Nah, I don't know, Stuart, mate. Maybe. I mean, let's face it, Pep's team's a machine. They've probably just strengthened themselves to the point now they've got a better goal scorer. If they create the amounts of chances they do and continue to do that for Haaland, he will score a lot of goals. So maybe you could be onto something one day. Zane Miyasi's gone here with another super chat. He can't give it a rest, this guy. He says, Gabriel rather have him than Neymar, says Zane Miyasi. I mean, in some ways, I would rather have Gabriel Jesus than Neymar, right? Okay, so, I mean, for a start, you can't get more of a holy name than Gabriel Jesus, can you, really? Do you know what I'm saying? But also, secondly, he's not a complete diving, cheating bastard like Neymar. Neymar is a much better player, though, and you'd be off your tree to think that Gabriel Jesus is anywhere near that. But as far as, Neymar goes, he's a much better player, but he's also not the sort of player I want in my team either, because I think he's just a bit of a mercenary, prima donna, overpaid melt. So there you go, fair enough. Anyway, thank you so much for that, though, Zayn Miassi. Right, guys, I've got to get into the news here. We're having fun here. We're going to have a big Q&A at the end, though, but let's get back into the news. So, let's get into Christian Eriksen. So the De Jong situation is, it's advancing at a snail's pace. Slabby Maguire's in charge of negotiations at the moment. He's captain in the deal. And that's why it's so shite and taking so long and slow. But it's going to get pushed over the line eventually. David De Gea is going to come in and save the day. But no, I'm just kidding. But obviously, Man United need to get this guy in, announced soon. There are rumblings that we could do it by the 1st of July. We've got to get him in before the tour. It has to happen. Hey, Roshmana, you don't, says Zayn makes me feel so much better. Exactly. And I think Arsenal are going to make United feel better next season as well. I think Arsenal are going to shit it, personally. And Arteta's going to get sacked. Smash a 1 if you agree with that statement. Smash a 2 if you disagree and Arsenal do bits. Let me know. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, let's get back into the news. So the situation with De Jong is, yeah, it's advancing at a snail's pace. We just got to hope that we can get it pushed over the line very soon. Hopefully by the 1st of July, guys. Right then, let's have a look at this in regards to Christian Eriksen. Oh, it's got up my nose. How did that happen? Did you see that, guys? I don't know, a bubble popped out of the camera, so I moved it down, and it just went straight up my schnoz. Right, okay. Right, let's have a look at this then. So, Christian Eriksen, guys. Let's get on to Christian Eriksen. You all want the latest on Eriksen. Well, we've had an update from Fab a couple of hours ago that just says Christian Eriksen's decision on his future club is now finally getting closer. He's going to communicate with his agent in the next hours/days to make a final decision. So let's hope it's hours and not days. But even if it is just the next couple of days, I think we would hopefully reach a good place with Christian Eriksen being announced before the end of this month as well. But the only thing is it's still not a guarantee that he chooses Man United, because it depends on a whole different bunch of factors, such as, is Brentford offering really good money? They're obviously going to be offering a good role in the team, like a significant role every single week where he's one of the key players. Well, he's probably not going to get that at Manchester United. But what he gets at United is some European football. We do have more competitions to play in, so you can argue that he's still going to get a lot of game time because just we've got more games to play and that sort of thing. So I think that he'd be crazy to choose anybody other than Man United, because United's the biggest club. People like Frenkie de Jong can come to this club. I mean, surely if we could sign somebody like Frenkie, then the decision from Christian Eriksen is made a bit easier. If you're looking around the dressing room and you've got players like Ronaldo, Bruno, de Jong, maybe that's more of a convincer to come and join. Or actually maybe it makes him go, well, there's a lot of competition there. I want to play football as I'm 30 years of age. So maybe I should go and try and play at Brentford week in, week out again if they're offering similar money. Who knows? I mean, we don't actually know where Eriksen's thought process is, but it seems like he will make his decision in the coming days, and it will be announced very soon where he's going to go. United are probably one of the most likely to sign him, but I wouldn't say we're massively favourites to sign him. Maybe we are favourites to sign him, but I wouldn't say we're massively favourites. There's still a chance he chooses Brentford, where he's settled and where he's actually played the last few months and done well, especially if they're offering good money, which for them it makes sense to. Zayn Miassi, thank you for another super chat, bud. He says, Gabriel Jesus is our holy knight fighting the Red Devils. We will slay the devil and bring redemption to Old Trafford. Right, okay, I see what you're saying. So what you're trying to say is that Man United is evil and Arsenal are the good guys. I think you got this the wrong way round there, Zayn, mate. You've got this the wrong way round, mate. Do you remember Keown getting in Ruud's face? That's not very angelic, is it, bud? Do you know what I mean? Knocking him with his arm and that. Anyway, dude, No, look, thank you very much for that, Zane, mate. You're just talking absolute cod now, but look, if any, you're not going to get any sort of redemption, my friend. We'll see. I hope it's a good challenge this season for us. It sounds like it's going to be a good season because we've got a new coach. We should have a new set of players as well, hopefully. Probably not. And lots of other teams are strengthened. So it will be another season like this season, I think, just gone. And I'm not saying for Man United, but I'm saying for everybody where it's an open season, where everybody's like got a chance of surprising or, you know, getting in the top four. You know, there's about 6 or 7 teams fighting out for those top 4 spots. It's very interesting. But United need to get ourselves in a position where we actually can compete. Because right now, we can't compete with all these teams that are strengthening and finished higher than us last season and are just better teams than us. We've got to sign like 3 or 4 top players. Hey there, Spooky Ghoul. It's not Spooky Goo, sorry. Spooky Ghoul, thank you for getting in here. I'm good, thank you. I hope you're doing well too. And you, Johnny M, as well. Same goes for you, bud. Thank you very much. Guys, smash that like button if you're just joining us. Let's get this sucker to 200 likes. Hit the thumbs up. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We're on here every single day. Thank you to Alex Reed for subscribing a moment ago, by the way. Nice one, mate. I saw it flash up there, but I was in mid-speech. But thank you for subscribing. If you're new, hit the subscribe. Big Q&A at the end. I'm just going to read the rest of this news out. So there's the latest update from Fab on Eriksen. Many proposals on the table, it says. While Brentford have still hope, Spurs now are focused on different targets. So we did get an update a while ago that Spurs were perhaps not even really in for him. Maybe Spurs have tabled an offer, though, tabled a bid, a contract offer, and they're just seeing how it goes. Maybe they put in a sensible offer, nothing too crazy. If you ask me, the heavy offers should be coming from Brentford and United, because it'll mean a lot to Brentford and Thomas Frank, just the fact that he's a top player, and he would do really good things for them. Again, the last few months of the season, he was fantastic for them. So you'd think that they'd want to spend a good bit of cash each week on him, just because they don't have to spend huge amounts on a transfer fee. You know, it's a big, important player for them. He can be the difference between creating and you know, scoring 15, 20 goals for you throughout a season, a combined amount if he's playing every single week in, week out. Certainly 15 goal contributions, assists and goals, which could be the difference between them staying up or not. So you would think that they would be quite happy to maybe pay him quite a lot of money to play for them. So I think there'll be a good offer from Brentford. And I also think there'll be a good offer from Man United because we need players. He represents amazing value. It's a ridiculously shrewd signing to get Christian Eriksen in just because he's still a great player. Premier League experience. We've seen it as recently as a few months ago for Brentford. He will create chances, great set pieces, great vision, great creativity. These are all things that United desperately need. And he gives you competition for places. He gives you a replacement for Mata and Lingy. He's a good signing, whichever way you look at it, for free. So United should table a good offer for him, which is why I'm optimistic that we will sign him, but I also don't feel that confident that we'll sign him either, because if Spurs go in for him with the Champions League football, if they put in an actual decent offer and can make him assurances for game time, he would probably choose them because of that history. And also, he's playing at Brentford at the moment. Maybe he's got some loyalty there. They did give him a chance when others wouldn't. And also, maybe they're offering a really good fee and he'll play more regularly. So it's not as clear-cut as, oh, he should join Man United because we're the biggest reputation team. There's some factors to it. Let's ask the live chat, guys. Where does Christian Eriksen end up this summer transfer windows? Let us know. I've got a 60% hope that he goes and plays for Man United, guys. I really do. But I feel like 40% is realistic that he could still go and choose somebody else. Depends what the offers are. We don't know what the offers are. We don't know what the talks are with the agents, etc. We don't know. There could be a huge offer from Brentford. There could be a huge offer from Spurs. There could be a huge offer from West Ham. We don't know. There could be really fantastic offers where he's going to get game time and get paid more than he would get. You know, we don't know. United, says Vutinator. Us, says Nathan Phelps. United pig all day in the bay, bro. Get in there. Talk MU. Nice one. How you doing? Nas says United. Brentford says Blue the Beast. Spurs and Bless, bro. Thank you, No Saj Done. Same to you, bud. Not United, says Mark Harris. What's the story with Kante, says Patricia. We'll get onto that in a second, actually. Brentford, says Agrippa Chinara. Brentford, says Josh Lee. United, says Wakasakra. Brentford, says Mikhail. Kante, there's no real news on, really. There's talks of maybe he'd be offered around for 50 million or something like that. If he was offered to United, maybe we should take him because he's just one of the best central defensive midfielders in the world. But it's a short-term sign, a short-term vision for United. Chelsea would just be looking to cash in on a player who's aging and injury-prone. It's not an ideal signing. I don't know. I don't like it. But there you go. I do think he's one of the best defensive midfielders in the world, though. So I would take him if he was offered to us, to be honest. 50%, says Jonathan. Hey there, Gungshi. He says 69% Eriksen to United. Okay, what's everyone's percentage then, folks? We've seen who you think he's going to go to. My percentage is I think he's going to go 60% to United. That's what I think. I'm confident about it. reasonably. Obviously 40% not. Gungshi, I hope you're cracking today, my friend. How's it hanging? Okay, so also in regards to Eriksen, we've got a little bit here from Dharmesh Chef from Sky Sports as well. Just a bit of an update from him. He said, United remain hopeful of signing Christian Eriksen. United will not rush Eriksen and fully understand his decision will be based more than football. So it's not just the football, of course, geographically as well. Where he is at the moment is in London. Also, there's lots of different factors: family, wages, health, game time. Is he going to get opportunities at Manchester United the same or get opportunities at Brentford? Probably not. Also, is it going to be more stressful playing for Manchester United than it is Brentford? I think it will be 10 times more stressful playing for United, guys. And we've talked about it recently, but that is a factor for him as well. If I was his doctor, I'd say, don't go and sign for Man United, mate, because you're going to give yourself a fucking coronary, lad. Do you know what I mean? I'd say go and have a nice chilled out time at Brentford, be the star player, get a statue outside the Brentford Community Stadium in a few years and chill out, governor. You don't need the pressure and the backlash of playing for Manchester United right now. You know what I mean? I'm not even joking either. Like, there's serious health concerns playing for Manchester United, guys. There should be, in fact, being a fan of Manchester United should come with a health warning, let alone being a player. I mean, the only thing that makes it good for those guys is they're getting paid a huge amount of money. But you're right, Gunshi, it is definitely more stressful at United. 100%. You can't get away from that. Big Bear says, United, how you doing there, Big Bear? Nice one. Yeah, you can't get away from that. It is more stressful at United. There's more expectation. There's way more pressure. And it's just a huge club with like, it's a monster of a club that's just a sleeping giant, really. And until it wakes up and gets back to being that full-on Godzilla creature, it's whimpering at the moment, and because of that, there's so much negativity shrouding the place. There's a lack of confidence, there's pressure, there's expectations. It's actually not a very nice place to play your football. We talked about this yesterday a bit, but yeah, just to talk about it again now, we're talking about Eriksen. That is a factor. It's from a stress point of view, from a health point of view, I think it is more stressful to play for United. Oh man. You got stuck in Indonesia. Your return flight was cancelled. Oh, crikey, mate. Oh, dude. Let's get some love hearts in there for you, bud. Let me just give this a refresh because my live chat's absolutely shat it. But that is absolutely mental, mate. Good luck to you getting back, though, Thugger 007, man. Uber. Rushmano says we got 173 likes. That is awesome, everybody. Thank you very much for hitting that thumbs up button. Do us a favor, drop that like. Let's get 200 on this puppy. Patricia O'Driscoll agrees. Thank you, Patricia. Nice one. So Christian Eriksen, it's more stressful playing for United, but hopefully he does choose us. Sky Sports Chef, as I say, thinks that we're hopeful of signing him and we won't rush him. We've got to give him time to make his decision, of course, and it's based on more than football. Fabi Romano says his decision is getting closer and he will communicate with his agent in the next sort of few hours or days. So that is good. That we should hopefully get a bit of a conclusion by the end of the month, maybe, and get this guy in. But we are just turning into like a mess. If Eriksen does go somewhere else, what a body blow that would be! What an absolute insult! What an embarrassment it would be if he does end up going somewhere else. Because you can't get away from the fact that he might. Also, right? Let's talk about it, folks. So let's talk about this very quickly before we get into the Q&A and stuff. I've got a little few bits of more information, bits and bobs coming out. We're going to get into. Let's have a look at this actually. So, oh yeah, just quickly. There's a few. Another player that Manchester United were interested in has gone somewhere else, guys. Another player that we're supposedly interested in has signed for another team. They haven't signed for Real Madrid. No, not a Champions League team. No, they've signed instead for Crystal Palace, and it is Malcolm Aboué. So this is a player at Derby, an 18-year-old player we were talking about. He was linked heavily to United a few weeks ago. And he's now signed a contract with Crystal Palace. Deal done and sealed after medical already. Official announcement coming soon. They've fully agreed with Derby County on a compensation fee. So again, listen, it's not a huge player. This isn't a big player, but this was a player we were looking at a couple of weeks ago, and we've managed to lose out to Crystal Palace on him. You know what I mean? We were looking at options for forwards. He's just a young kid, to be fair. It's just somebody that we were linked to a couple of weeks ago. It's just a bit of fun, really. But he has signed for Crystal Palace. We don't need him, so busy the beast. Well, we'll see, won't we? But you're right, we don't need him. It's just a youngster that we would have added to the ranks. But he has now signed for Palace, so there you go. It's a shit show, isn't it? Not surprised, says Philip Chapman. Right, okay, let's talk about this as well, guys. One piece of information. We've got to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo now. The Ronaldo situation seems pretty clear to me. We need this guy. He's so important to us. We're not signing any other forwards. It doesn't look like anyway. Yeah, we could hopefully go in for somebody like Christopher Nkunku, but it doesn't look like United are prepared to do that at the moment. Certainly not until we got De Jong out the way, and then we're signing Eriksen. Then we're going to look at hopefully adding some other players, maybe like Anthony. But yeah, Christopher Nkunku's on the short list as well. That would be good. But will we actually do that? Probably not. We've got to strengthen the defence as well, and the midfield more, in my opinion. So we are definitely unlikely to get all the players that we want. Ronaldo is so important to Manchester United. He's the goal scorer. He's the man that we need. He's the guy that, of course, is going to be the focal point of our attack under Ten Hag as well. Maybe Ten Hag likes to press from the front, but Ronaldo, even at his age, he's still very mobile. He's never going to play 90 minutes. He's not the sort of guy who's going to play every single game 90 minutes, 38 games in the Premier League campaign. Not anymore. He has to be managed. He's got this hip flexor injury. You've got to, of course, have him in and out the side, but he's going to play the majority of the games and he's going to score you most of the goals. Then you just really need backups like, I guess, Martial and Rashford to actually perform and actually do well and score goals when Ronaldo can't play, or ideally go and sign another forward. But it does seem like Cristiano Ronaldo will be staying at Manchester United, guys. That is a piece of information that I just want to hear desperately from Ronaldo himself. Like, I would love it if he just tweeted out or posted on Instagram and just said, like, just want to put everything to rest. I'm contracted at United. I love United. I want to play for United and get this club back to where we are. I know he did put a post like that at the end of the season, but, just one that actually addresses the situation and says, don't worry, guys, I'm staying. All he's got to do is post a picture of himself in a United shirt that says, I'm staying. You know what I mean? But anyway, Fabrizio, a little while ago this afternoon, posted a video. He also gave us an update on Twitter here, and it says, Cristiano Ronaldo situation, Man United insist he's not for sale as they don't want him, as they want him for next season. Mendes discussing with clubs to explore options. Bayern said no, so maybe his agent pushing him around to different clubs. But Cristiano likes Ten Hag, but wants to see ambition on the market, which I have to understand as well, because he's obviously expecting or hoping that United can do something this season. If we can't play in the Champions League and we can't win the Champions League, then he's hoping we can at least challenge for maybe the league, which is obviously not realistic either. But he's hoping that. And he's also hoping maybe we can pick up a trophy, FA Cup, just something, just something. And unless you've got a quality team with quality players, it's not likely we're going to do that because we've done so poorly. We've got a gash team. So he needs assurances, I suppose. It's kind of a sad state of affairs where players are getting worried and wondering, is this team going to be good enough for the start of the season? And at the moment, it doesn't look like it will be. But hopefully we do get a flurry of signings. But we need him more than anybody, guys. He's the GOAT. He is the goal scorer. Look, for this season, he's going to be the focal point of our attack who's scoring all of these goals and capping all of our attacks off. So I don't think we've got to worry about Cristiano Ronaldo's dedication. As long as he's here and wearing the shirt and, contracted and he's not gone and been sold to anybody else, he will score you goals. Even if he's not 100% happy, he's still here, a United player, and he means too much to United to let him go anywhere. So we always said this all summer long. This has been talked about for a while. I mean, if he was going to go anywhere, I guess Bayern makes the most sense because they can offer him the opportunity to win a German title, and they can also offer him Champions League football, and he would be replacing the potential outgoing Robert Lewandowski as well. So it does make sense from that point of view, but it doesn't make sense for Man United, who hold all the cards here. The Ronaldo shirt sales would be massive. For the new season shirts, the goals that he will score you are so important. He's just going to be he's going to be the highest scorer again for us this season because he's the GOAT. He's such a great finisher. He's such a great goal scorer. Scores a lot of headers. Gets you a lot of clutch goals. He's such an important player. So, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that we'll keep Cristiano Ronaldo this summer. It would take a preposterous offer to convince us to sell him because he's just worth too much to us. He's worth more than any 37-year-old should be to us right now this season. He's such an important player for us. So he's going nowhere, guys. He's going nowhere, and we've basically said that all summer long, that all these reports and these bits of news are just bullshit. When you hear that Ronaldo's been linked to Roma or Bayern or these places, because, well, we've got his contract, guys, for another year, and we would sooner see him leave in 1 year's time than go somewhere else now for a cheap amount of money and score a lot of goals for them and then leave us up shit creek without any forwards. We didn't get Darwin Núñez. Maybe if we'd have got Darwin Núñez, you could see a reality where maybe we let Ronaldo go if he really, really doesn't want to stay. And I wouldn't begrudge him not wanting to stay because this is not what he signed up for. However, you know, we didn't. So he is so important for what we're trying to do. Yeah, I agree with you. Hopefully Ronaldo tweets a picture saying he's staying and Maguire tweets a picture of himself with a Tranmere top on. Get in there, my son. I love that. Tranmere transfer for Slabbington. K Slater, what's going on, bro? Big Bear says, K Slater, me too. I believe poor management let Jadon down last season. Ralph Rangnick was the worst manager I've seen at United. I hope Rashford pulls his socks up too. Yeah, oh, God, Rashford, these guys. I think Sancho was done dirty. He will come good. I think so. I think he'll come good, especially under Ten Hag, who probably will play a favourable sort of style for Jadon. I think Jadon, this is going to be Jadon's sort of proper breakout season. Forget the last one. That is like, that's like being tossed into a barrel of shite. In all fairness, last season and expecting to be able to swim. It was too thick last season, you know what I mean? It stank and it was too thick. It was an awful season. United, of course, have to play a whole different way this season. So I think Jadon's going to benefit probably more than anyone. Hey, we're nearly at 200 likes. Thank you, Rushmano, for the like count. Let's have a cheeky little Bacon Brigade like spike and see if we can take this to 200. Do smash a like on it if you haven't done. That's all we ask. And also, have your say, guys. It's almost time for the Q&A. But I'm just going to cover the last couple of bits of information we've got that's come through here. So also, there's a bit of updates and a bit of speculation about the price that Anthony is being set. You know, talks of 70 million euros at Ajax. Really, that's just them putting a high price tag on him, so they've got room for negotiation. So I don't think if we were to do business with Ajax for Anthony, it would cost anywhere near that. I think 50 million is probably more realistic. But there are still some links with Anthony. We're not really going to talk about them today, just because, well, we've got bigger fish to fry right now. I don't think we're actually moving for Anthony just at the moment until this De Jong situation sorted out, and maybe, of course, Christian Eriksen. Also, just a bit of information on another target we had. You know, Dan Juma over at Villarreal. Well, he's a player that, well, he's done us up a couple of times like a kipper before playing against us. But he's also a very good player that we were linked to. And it looks like West Ham are in for him. That's the latest on that. They're negotiating apparently to sign Dan Juma. Just wanted to mention it because I think he's a good player. And another player that we could maybe go and get who's reasonably cheap, but we could be missing out on. Sickening stuff from our board and our recruitment team so far this window, but we've come to expect it, guys. It's an absolute shit show of a transfer window so far. It really is. Okay, guys, right, I think I'm going to get into the live chat now, everybody. So thank you, everybody, for listening to me waffle for, I don't know, about an hour or whatever it is. I appreciate you all listening to me waffle a lot. Q&A time, so let's get in the chat, have your say. Want to hear from you. If you've got any opinions about anything we've discussed, Eriksen, De Jong, who we should be getting rid of, or whatever, let us know in the chat right now. Let's go for it. And do drop that like and hit the subscribe like the man Don F, who's just subscribed. Thank you, Don F, for hitting the subscribe. Get in the chat, peeps. Have your say. United is down bad, says Yeezy Murakami. We are, mate. We are. 6th place finish, 35 points off rival City, and signing no players so far in the window. It's a pitiful, pitiful situation. CZ Bam says, would you take Tielemans? I wanted him before he went to Leicester. Definitely would take Tielemans, mate. Yeah, 100%. Proven Premier League player as well. Good young age as well. Like, definitely somebody who can get better and progress. Seems quality, creative, box to box. I really like him. I really rate him a lot. I think he would be a fantastic sign for Man United to go along with somebody like Frenkie de Jong. I think it'd be perfect. So, yeah, I really like Tielemans, but does that mean he's going to be coming? Probably not. I don't think Man United will be able to really buy all the players that we want. In my opinion, we should get a minimum of 4 players, and those 4 players should be De Jong, somebody like Tielemans, a centre-back, and also a winger or a forward. So that's really what we should do bare minimum, but I don't think even United will do bare minimum this window. Yeah, that's right, Josh Lee. I'm going to be doing watch-alongs for all of the United friendlies, mate, in the summer, definitely, starting on the July the 12th against Liverpool in Bangkok, mate. We got a game then. Keys Quackman, what's going on? He says, you getting finesse big time. 80 mil for Anthony. Gakpoism was way better last season. Hey, Keys Quackman, we won't pay 80 million for him, bud. The talks are there's rumours going around that Ajax want that and they've set a price tag of 70 million euros for him, right? They won't get that for him, but they're not going to sell him for that. He's not worth that. He's 22-year-old Brazilian guy who's only played in the Eredivisie so far the last couple of seasons. He is in the Brazil setup. He's a quality young prospect, but he's not 70 million quid or 70 million euros right now. So they can't ask for that money because Ajax are a selling club. Look at how much money they get for most of their players usually. They don't demand that much money. They can't command that much money. It's not going to happen, mate. We'll pay 50 million euros and maybe a couple of add-ons for that guy if we do get an agreement in place. Guys, how much do you think it takes for United to pry Antony away from Ajax? I say 50 million euros up front with like 5 million euros in future add-ons. That's what I think. 55 million euros gets the job done. That's just a figure that's being bandied around to get to negotiate. Of course, you go in high. De Jong and Barcelona situation, they wanted 100 million euros there originally. That was what was reported. But no, they won't get that for him, though. Don F, thank you very much for super chatting, my son. New subscriber here, and he's just super chat. Thank you, Don. Let's get a sue in the chat there for Don F. Thank you, buddy. He says, glad I just subscribed. Been watching for years out of the USA. Do you think Rashford is a starter next season? Don F, thank you very much for that, bro. And thank you very much for getting in here from United States, bro. He says, do you think Rashford is a starter next season? Does he start in Ten Hag's team? No. I mean, yes, eventually, right? But not initially. He's got to fight his way in. He's got to prove himself. So he'll get chances in pre-season. He'll get chances at the start of the season. He'll come on as a sub. He'll get rotated and get games. But I look at the situation being this. If I'm looking at around those winger positions, who's reliable and who's dependable? Well, none of them are really. So they've all got to prove themselves. Even Jadon Sancho, no, he wasn't amazing last season. He's coming amongst a really gash season, a tough time. But he's still got to prove himself too. Martial, crikey, he's a farce at the moment, that guy. He's got to prove himself. Rashford was one of our worst players last season, if not the worst. So he's seriously down bad as well. That's the expression that the kids are using these days. Rashford is down bad. He's got to pick himself up, dust himself off, and get back to being that Rashford he was before this season just gone, because he was a good player for us. He was a good prospect. He was developing and progressing well. But now he's just shite, isn't he? He needs to sort himself out. Maybe it was the whole Solskjaer and Rangnick season, though, that's just completely caused issues for him. I don't know what it was, but his head's just gone. His effort levels were low. It wasn't the same Marcus Rashford that we sort of came to know in the first few seasons he burst on the scene. It's a disgrace. But we don't have any wingers that are guaranteed to start there, in my opinion. But if I'm looking at it, I think if we sign, say, Antony, I think Ten Hag would probably go with something like Sancho and Antony on the wings. If that's a big if we signed a player like Antony. But I do think we need a winger. But it's a good topic, actually. It's a good choice. It's a good conversation piece here, guys. Excuse me, that's that Carabao popping up to say hello. Pardon me. Right, you play in two wingers, guys. You've got a left winger and you've got a right winger. Okay, who are your two wingers? Let me know. Who do you select? Who do you think Ten Hag selects as well? But who do you think the best two are? Right now, I don't think Rashford deserves to be a starter in that team. If I was choosing a team for tomorrow, it would not feature Rashford because he's not proven himself at recent times that he can do it. Can he still come back and revitalise himself? Yeah, he can. And I hope Ten Hag can get him performing and being a Don again. But he doesn't convince me right now, so I wouldn't go with him. Hey, we got 200 likes. Get in there, guys. Sue. Dana, break out the red panties. It's red panty night. The live chat's got us 200 likes, baby. Thank you, everyone, for hitting the thumbs up. Anthony and Sancho, says Nash. Yeah, I'll go with that. Don F says, I'm going Sancho and Elanga. Great shout, Don F. That is a good shout. Elanga actually was a really good player for us this season. He's one of the positives from the season. There really wasn't very many positives, but he was one of them. So that's a really good shout. Elanga is deserving of some opportunities, definitely. Scott Hutchinson, no link to CDM time and time again. They keep doing this. Sixth next season. Yeah, we do need a destroyer, don't we? But then De Jong might play as that deep line playmaker if they get him in there and be that link. Do you know what I'm saying? Probably will. Elliot Manduna says Sancho and Elanga. Mikeu says Elanga and Sancho. Rushmano says Rashford and Sancho more likely. Well, maybe long term, because Rashford is a quality player and he's more advanced than the likes of Elanga in his years and his experience. However, if he doesn't actually perform well, and if he continues as he's been playing, he's not going to last very long in Ten Hag's team, I don't think. He's going to have to... Plus, Ten Hag's the sort of guy, he wants his players absolutely working their socks off. He wants them running and pressing and working their socks off. And if he's seeing what Rashford did towards the end of the season, he's probably not liking what he saw personally. I wouldn't have done. So he's probably looking at players like Sancho, maybe could do it a bit more effectively. But he'll give opportunities to everybody, and he'll, of course, set down a standard at Manchester United for effort and working and all that sort of stuff, and he will hopefully stick to that. Red Panty Knight says, Cheffers. Thank you, Kevin Johnson, for subscribing to the channel, bro. And Drunk Rick, thank you very much for getting in here, Rick, as well. Nice one. If you guys are new, do what those guys have done and hit the sub up. A Winford Trumpwine says Alanga left wing and Sancho right wing. Yeah, good shout, good shout. Sancho, big season ahead. Pig says Ryan Wazza. Alanga smiles too easy, says Mark Harris. Hello there, Lily Gamer. How you doing? Signing Frenkie will be a game changer for Ten Hag, says Erdem. Oh, definitely. Somebody to control things, get the play going, stop us being such a melt-worthy team in the middle of the park, stop us from being a mid-table, mediocre melt midfield. Because that's what we are now. We're actually a mid to lower team standard midfield. We should have Frenkie in there, world-class midfielder for a world-class midfield. That's what we should have. You're so gasping, I'm going to go to Reece James's house today. Really? Nearly came. Wow, okay. Well, crikey. Send us a pic. Nice one, Nearly Gamer. Enjoy. That's awesome. Crikey, that's random. Mark Harris says, what's that in aid of then? Mark Harris, Netflix and chill. Mark Harris says, we got some breaking news. Reece James in a relationship with Lily Gamer. No, I'm joking. Lily, then you woke up, said, right. Jamie Todd says, Alanga will just turn into the average United player. They all start off great and then they settle and become one of the boys and just turn up for the money. Maybe, Jamie. But I'd like to think that there's some people out there who do have the character to be winners and competitors for United, and they're in it for more than the money. It seems like that's happening more and more often, though, these days with young players. They get so much so soon. They don't progress, especially Man United players for some reason. They don't progress to the point where we should get them to. We got Sancho for a right wing. True, Jonathan Gallagher. Yeah, I know that. But also he could play on the left wing. I mean, he could be that sort of inside forward, cutting in, scoring goals. I'd actually rather that at the moment than playing Rashford. I really would. I think Rashford doesn't deserve to play, and nor does Tony Martial. So I know Rashford we bought for right wing, and I know he was playing the majority of games at Dortmund at right wing. But, he's a winger. They are somewhat interchangeable. He could play as an inside forward in a Ten Hag system on the left side. I'm just saying. Oh, okay, right. Lily says, my brother plays for Reece James' dad, Nigel, so today I'm going to see him. Oh, wicked. Well, have fun, Lily. That's awesome. Say hi from me. Josh Lee, thank you for the super chat, Josh Lee, bro. Get in there, my son. Sue. Can we all get a Sue in there for Josh Lee? Thank you, buddy. He says, Sancho and Garnacho, tick. Mate, what a shout that is. I really hope Alejandro Garnacho gets some great opportunities this season for United. He's only 17, right? But this kid looks pretty special from what we've seen so far. I agree with you. He should be a player that's not loaned out. He should be a player that's used and, developed like a youth player. Like how we did with the likes of, Januzaj, when they get given a lot of game time. Not that much. It's not like he's playing every game, but they're given quite a lot of game time to help them develop. And obviously not develop him like Januzaj, but, where he's getting quite a bit of game time. I think that would be good. Or Mason Greenwood, like Mason Greenwood, where he gets quite a bit of game time. And when he was in his 18-year-old season there, when he was, season before last, he's getting quite a bit of game time. Stuff like that, it'd be nice to see him play. Obviously, Mason towards the end became a key player for us, really. Fucking hell, what a shit situation that is, mate. Mason Greenwood fucking shat the bed, my friends. I mean, that was we were doing all right with Mason there, mate. He would have been a great player for us. He's fucking shat the bed, mate. Thank you. Yeah, nice one, Lenny. Mikhail Kramer says, Sue. Sancho and Garnacho, good shout. Yeah, that is a really good shout, actually. I agree, Gunky. That is a very good shout. Garnacho's ready, says Oh Busy the Beast. I'd rather see a youth player given opportunities than a player who's proven to underperform like Martial or even Rashford to a lesser extent. Yeah, I'm on Flying Pig Gaming in 30 minutes, Vincent Bullet. Absolutely, pal. We're doing FIFA over on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming. So make sure you go and check over to that channel and check that out in half an hour's time. Yeah, Chris Barker, I know Mason Greenwood, the situation with him is, well, he's actually had his bail extended, hasn't he? So he's alleged rape and sexual assault allegations against him. It's not a good look. It's not a good situation. He'll probably never play for United ever again. We want to see a photo in the Discord of James, says John Jordan. Yeah, go for it, Liddy. Get one. Jamie says, Pig, you'll be on here ranting in just over a month's time. Your voice needs to be prepared, says Jamie Todd. I'll probably be on here ranting before then, bud. As I said many times, I mean, this transfer window is fucking shite so far, bud. It's unless something gets done very, very soon, I'm gonna lose my shite, bro. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting angry with this transfer window so far, how bad it is. Trying to remain chilled out and positive, but it's still June right now. I'm still looking at it from the point of view that we've got 6 players go out in the summer. We have to sign players for Ten Hag. We will sign players because we've had 6 go and we're so bad that we must sign them. So I'm still thinking, yeah, we'll have a flurry soon and we'll get them all in before the tour. If we don't, though, that's when you're going to see shit hit the fan, bro. You know what I mean? Jeffer says, do you play anything else apart from FIFA, mate? Yeah, a bit of GTA, a bit of Rocket League. Nothing much to be fair, bud. McDonald's are looking for new stars, says Scott Berg. Subscribe to the channel. Yes, Rush Mono, thank you. He says subscribe. If it's your first time here, consider subscribing. Drop a cheeky little thumbs up on it, guys. We are not that far away from 60,000 subscribers. My aim is to get to 60,000 subscribers by the start of the new season. Can we do that? I don't know. The only way we can do it is if you legends who are new, hit that subscribe button, which is the red one that says subscribe. And also, you might as well click the bell while you're there to get notifications for the streams. No, that's okay, Jamie. Seeing other teams doing business makes me depressed, says Josh Lee. Ryan says, I would actually say Ipswich and Wednesday are favourites for the title, says Ryan Wazzer. You guys are talking about something totally different here. He also plays Time Splitters too, says Dan Watson. Thank you, Jeffers. He says he can't beat Piggy's commentary on matches. Thank you, Jeffers, lad. Mark Harris says Amber Heard. Maguire to Birmingham ASAP, says Johnny. Yes, please. That's what I'm talking about. Get rid of the slab. That would actually make it a great window, just selling Harry Maguire. Lucky Singh says, if I was a player, moved to City, very good club and great setup. Well, half of that's true. They're not a very good club. But they have got a great setup there at the moment, though. And they've just got all the money in the world and one of the best coaches, if not the best, and a Galactico team. It's much more attractive to play for City at the moment in the Champions League, winning titles with a great squad and a great manager than it is for almost anybody else. So you are right, Lucky. They are attractive, but they're not a great club, mate. They're a shit club, lad. 75 coming up in the end of August, says Scott Berg. Come on now. Mark Harris says, Piggy grinding. I am, mate. I'm like a stripper at Spearmint Rhino right now. Grinding on that pole for you guys. No what? I take that back. K Slater says, yes, we can. We not great club. We don't do things great in the transfer. True, Lucky. We're terrible in the transfer window, mate. This recruitment side is pathetic. We got some championship chat here from Big Bear. Nice. United should always have at least 3 or 4 captains, material players. Sad times. Great shout, John Jordan. I love that comment, actually. Wow. Yeah, that's such a good comment. Because think about it. Man United, like, how many leaders did we have in the team previously? They were all leaders in a way. You could have given the armband. Look at some of those 90s sides. You could give the armband to, God knows how many players, guys, and they'd be fantastic for you as captain. People like Keno, Cantona, Robbo. You know, you could even give it to people like Schmeichsy. He would do fine for a game, you know, with being a leader. And you know, there's just so many. Whereas now, you're right, there's just not a backbone of quality characters that even really challenge for captaincy. Think about who's the candidates for captain. It's only really De Gea, Ronaldo, Bruno, maybe, if you really want to push it. Varane, I suppose. But other than that, and Varane can't be captain because he's never in the team. He's injured quite a lot. Vincent Bullock says we've got 221 likes. Thank you, everyone, for hitting the like. Can we hit 250? I'm going to stick on for a couple more minutes, guys, and I'm going to have to go because we've got FIFA on the gaming channel shortly, actually, which I will get the link for you guys for at the end of this stream as well, so you can just pop over there and hang out until it starts. Fat Chinese Gaming says, and now you have Harry Maguire as captain. I know, exactly. That's how far we've fallen. Exactly. Well, hopefully we don't much longer, right? That's order of the day number 1 for pre-season when Ten Hag gets in there, is establishing a new captain. That's what I think. I can't imagine a world where Ten Hag wants Maguire to be captain. I don't know, Jamie Todd, really, mate. I don't know what I'm doing. Nice one, Jeffers. That's a picture you can't get out of your mind. I'm so sorry. Me on a stage grinding a pole. Andy Young says, breaking news. Man United announced they actually use a team of sloths from the zoo to make their transfer negotiations. Now it makes sense why they take ages to make deals happen, and that's from Phil McCracken from Sky Sports. Thank you, Andy Young. The dollars would be raining down on you in the club, says Case Slater. Make it rain, Case Slater, my son. McTominay for captain, says Nick Morris. Well, he's got a bit of heart about him, but he's just shite. You've also got to lead by example and lead by quality, I think. Yeah, that's right, Big Bear says Rush Marno, the transfer guru, Jim White source. Jonathan says Bruno Fernandes needs to focus on getting back from rather than giving the armband. Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't give him the armband this season. Maybe next season, but not this season. Yeah, okay, let's scroll to the bottom of the chat, guys. I've got to catch up. We need to protest the ground, says Lucky Singh. Definitely. Well, I think there is a protest plan for Ten Hag's first home game against Rayo Vallecano in pre-season. Yeah, Ryan was a gaming on YouTube. Yeah, pig in 30 minutes. Go to Flying Pig Gaming very shortly. And also make sure you subscribe to this channel like Rushy says there. Hey there, Flying Pig United fan. How's it going? How you getting on, dude? CR7, the captain, the GOAT, says Big Bear. The Glazers out. We have been in turmoil for 9 years, says Lucky. It's actually, yeah, right. Oh, yeah, 9 years of turmoil, yeah. Exactly. Hey there, Flying Pig United fan. What's going on, bro? De Gea should be the captain. I was saying Bruno, but he needs to get his head back in the game, comments Andrew Cos. Good shout. I think so. I think he deserves a he deserves a good role in the team, but I don't think he's deserving of the armband just yet. Maybe when Ronaldo's left and he's proven himself this season. Thank you, Johnny M, bro. Thank you so much. Dutch Christ is back in here. He says even Marty Scorsese couldn't give credibility to that Jogba pogumentary. It's the lowest rated IMDb rating for any TV show in history, I think, guys. It's got like a 1 out of 10. I'm good, thank you, Flying Pig fan. Very positive stream. Thank you, Patricia O'Driscoll. Do you think we'll sign someone next week? I do, Nas. I think we'll get De Jong and Eriksen before pre-season at least. I think we'll get 2 players before pre-season. When I say pre-season, I mean the 12th of July, the tour. And I also think we'll bottle it up and probably won't get a 3rd or a 4th player before we go away on tour. I don't play Fall Guys, actually, CZ Band, but I have played it before, though. You need a midfielder to be captain. Maybe, Brian. Maybe, yeah. I mean, I do like a midfielder as captain. I agree. Guys, we're going to wrap this stream up over here, but look at this. Look at this, guys. FIFA stream in about 20 minutes. 20 minutes over here. I've just put it in the live chat. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat. Go over there and subscribe to Flying Pig Gaming if you're not. That's what you need to do, because this stream is coming to an end. We're going to go over there and play some games for a bit. I'll be back on later tonight with another Man United update. Hey, look, if there's breaking news, we'll jump on straight away if Eriksen's announced or De Jong's announced or anything like that. But I don't think it is going to happen in the next few hours. But if it does, we'll jump on. We're going to go over on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming, play some FIFA. Come and join us, folks. Thank you, Rush Mono, for all the updates. Thank you for getting in, everybody. Andrew Cos, Lalu Pato. It's a shit show, Lalo, mate. It's a disgrace, isn't it? We've become a mess under the Glazers. Revivalizer, Johnny M, Big Bear, thank you so much, mate. He says professional stuff, Pig, for Sky Sports. Rosh Mono to leave, Jim White full-time for the Bacon Brigade. Nice one, Big Bear. Thank you, boss. Yeah, join the Discord as well. Vincent's put it in the live chat there. Thank you. Thank you, Scott Berg, Lucky Singh, Jonathan Gallagher, CZ Bam, Revivalizer, Mark Harris, Scott Berg, Zaki Iqbal as well. I don't know why we're not in the market for Rafinha either. We're a bunch of melters, dude. That's why. 91 Vance, have a good one. Madhouse, Flying Pig Fan, Nas, J Razor, Mikhail Kramer. Thank you to all the moderators for moderating the chat. Thank you to all the viewers for watching. Thank you to all the channel members for being channel members and supporting the show. Really appreciate you all. Thank you, Gungshi, mate. Have a good one. Thank you, Big Bear, Rushy, Lucky, Mikhail, Jeffers, Flying Pig Fan, Jonathan, all the legends, Marky Harris, all the Dons and Donesses out there. Have a great one. And remember, FIFA stream over here in a few minutes' time. So go over there. If you want to continue chatting with the Bacon Brigade, just click that link that's in the chat. Go over to Flying Pig Gaming on YouTube, and we'll be starting about 4:15 there, folks. Catch you in a bit. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Make sure you like this video before you go. Subscribe. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. And check out the website, UnitedFlyingHigh.com. Let's go, FIFA Don. Catch you in a bit, everyone. We'll give you the latest updates as and when they come. So click that bell, and catch you very soon for hopefully some much more positive United news. Come on, United, sort your bleeding lives out now, you bunch of fucking slow snail melts. Catch you in a bit, guys. Have a good one, and see you for FIFA shortly. Let's go. See.